Okay, last class we worked with parabolas that were just at the origin. This time we're working with parabolas that have been shifted, so the vertex isn't at 0, 0 anymore. The vertex is at like 1, 2, or it's at some point in here, but it's not right here at the origin. So we're going to be working with the right side of these. So now we have h and k in there, whereas before we didn't. We just had this equation. Now we're going to have this whole big equation. Okay, remember vertical parabolas are y equals, horizontal parabolas are x equals. And horizontal means it opens left or right. Vertical means it opens up or down. Okay, I just want to reiterate that so you guys kind of get it. So let's do this one example. We only have 2 examples in this video. So first, if I'm given this equation, let's put it in standard form. So standard form is this form right here. Okay, and my y term is the one that doesn't have the squared. So y is what I'm solving for. So when I put this in vertex form, I need to get y equals and then something. So vertex form, I'm just solving for y. Okay, so let's solve this thing for y. I'm going to pull out some scratch paper to do this. So if I have x plus 1 squared equals 8y minus 4. I need to get this y by itself. So first I'm going to get rid of that 8. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8. The 8's right here cancel, and I'm left with x plus 1 squared over 8 is the same thing as 1/8 x plus 1 squared equals y minus 4. Okay, x plus 1 squared is the same thing. These 2 things are equivalent right there. I didn't change anything. Now, I still just need to get y by itself, so I'm still just solving for y right here. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I end up with 1/8 x plus 1 squared plus 4 equals y. Okay, so and you can switch this around because if you want the y on the left side, that's the same thing as y equals 1/8 x plus 1 squared plus 4. And that's in vertex form. Oh, you can't see that. So that's in vertex form. So now I'm just going to write that right here. So this is y equals 1/8 x plus 1 squared plus 4. Okay. Now I need to find the direction that this is going. So this is y equals, which means it's a vertical parabola. So it's going to go up or down. And this first number right here, 1/8, that's a positive 1/8. So that means it's going to go up. So this is up because it's y equals and it's positive. So it's going up. Okay, now we need to find the vertex. So if we look up here, my vertex is h comma k, where h is this value right here, and then k is whatever's being added at the end. And the h value, so whatever's inside this parentheses, it's always the opposite because this is a subtraction sign right there. So we have to do the opposite of this number. And that's with an x, so that means my x equals -1. My y equals positive 4. So the one in the parentheses is opposite. The one on the outside is the same. So that's y equals 4. And then let's just write that as an ordered pair. So that's -1 comma 4. So I'm going to write this right here. So the parentheses is the opposite. And then the outside number stays the same. So whatever one's in the parentheses is the opposite. The one on the outside stays the same. So this is -1 comma 4 as my vertex. Now I need to find my focus. In order to find my focus, I have to find my p-value. We worked a lot with the p-value last time, and we're going to find the p-value the same exact way we were finding it last time. So we're going to take this right here. So the 1/8, and we're going to set it equal to 1/4p. That 1 over 4p stays the same. It's the same when the vertex is 0, 0, and when the vertex is at some different point. So then, I'm just going to get this scratch paper again. So this is going to be 1 over 4p equals 1/8. So these are both over 1, so we can flip those fractions. So that's going to be 4p over 1 equals 8 over 1. Then 4p over 1 is the same thing as 4p. 8 over 1 is the same thing as 8. Then I just have to get p by itself, so I divide by 4. So p equals 2. I'm just going to write that right here. So p equals 2. And you can also get that by, like, what do you have to plug into 4, or 4 times what number equals 8? And it's 2. Okay. Now the focus is h comma k plus p. So my focus is h comma k plus p. And where h is -1, so h doesn't change. So it's going to be -1, and then k plus p. So that's going to be 4 plus 2, which is -1, 6. Okay. Then the directrix is k minus p. So that's y equals k minus p. So that's y equals, k is this one because it's always h comma k. So k is 4, so that's going to be 4 minus p, which is 2. So then y equals 2, and that's my directrix. Okay. Now I'm just going to graph this. So I'm going to graph my vertex first. So that's -1, 4. And it's that point right there. Then I'm going to graph my focus. So it's -1, 6, which is right there. And then my directrix is y equals 2. This is the y-axis, so I have to find 2 on that axis. It's right there, and then I just go straight across. Okay. And then to find which points, so how far out this needs to go, if this length right here is 2, this length is double that. So if this is 2, I'm going to go out 4 from that point. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that's your parabola right there. Okay. So again, this length right here, this is your P length. So if this length right here is 2, this length is double that, so that's 4. And you have to go out 4 in both directions. Okay. Okay, let's do one more example. So let's look at this one. So this is in standard form. We need to put this in vertex form. So I'm going to pull out my scratch paper again. So this is y minus 1 squared equals -12 x minus 2. X is the one without a squared anywhere near it. So I'm solving for x. So I'm solving for x. First, to solve for x, I'm going to divide by the -12. So I'm going to divide both sides by -12. So that is 1 over, that's -1 over 12, y minus 1 squared equals x minus 2. Then my last step to get that x by itself, I'm still just getting x by itself, is to add 2. So that's going to be -1/12 y minus 1 squared plus 2 equals x. And you can switch that around if you want to, so that'd be x equals -1/12 y minus 1 squared plus 2. Okay, and then I'm just going to write this over here. So that's x equals -1/12 y minus 1 squared plus 2. Okay, now I need to figure out what direction this is. So this is x equals, which means it's a horizontal parabola. And it's negative. So if it's horizontal and it's negative, horizontal means it goes right or left. The negative means it goes left. So this is going to open left because it's x equals and it's negative. Okay. Now I need to find my vertex. So remember, whatever's inside the parentheses is the opposite. Whatever's on the outside stays the same. So this is y minus 1 inside the parentheses. So that means y equals positive 1, x equals 2. And it's y because that's a y with there inside. It's a y inside the parentheses right here. Here this was an x inside the parentheses, so that's why x was first. And then so the point is 2, 1. Now my focus, it's just opposite of this one. So if you look up at the top right here, the focus is h plus p, comma, k. So I have to find my p-value. To find my p-value, I set negative 1/12 equal to 1 over 4p, which then you can flip those. That becomes negative 12 equals 4p. So p equals negative 3. So to find my focus, it's going to be 2 plus negative 3, comma 1. 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1, so it's negative 1, comma 1. Okay. Then the directrix, you can look up here again, is h minus p. So this is x equals h minus p. So that's going to be x equals h, which is 2, 2 minus negative 3. When you subtract a negative, that's addition, so that's x equals 5. And now I'm just going to graph all of this. So I always start with graphing my vertex. So my vertex is 2, 1. Then my focus is negative 1, 1. And then my directrix is x equals 5. This is the x-axis, so I have to come out here to 5 and draw that line. And then this distance right here is 3. That distance right there is 3, so I'm going to go out to double that. So I'm going to go out 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That distance is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's also 6, and then I just graph this. Okay. So it's just a little bit different. These two things are going to help you a bunch. So make sure you don't lose that paper I gave you guys in class, okay? I will see you tomorrow.